welcome to the stage Ed Rivera.
Woo! My name is Ed Rivera, and if you haven't guessed by my accent, I'm brown. I know that when people see me, they go, "Chahoo!" And I have to explain to them that I'm soccer brown, not rugby brown. I'm originally from Mexico. I'm legally here. I always like to specify that, especially when there's a very white crowd. I get really nervous. You never know when there's going to be an immigration officer. You're probably wondering what's a Mexican doing in this part of the world. I came to sell drugs. And then COVID happened, and I sold out. And then the weirdest thing that has never ever happened in my life, they closed the border on me. I even called immigration and we good? And in a very Kiwi accent, yeah, nah. So yeah? Yeah, nah, yeah, bro. And decided to stay. Now you're probably wondering why I didn't pick the States, and as you can tell by my physique, I couldn't jump the border. Not even, I couldn't even fit through the tunnels. I wish I was joking. No, I honestly, this is not a joke. This is true, a true story. I genuinely thought that New Zealand was in Europe. That's probably the American in me. And surprise, surprise. They told me, go to Australia. You know, Australia's better. And but then a friend told me, no, you need to pick something less racist. So I went to New Zealand. It's the same shit. Just different profiling. No, but as I joked before, I love the culture back in New Zealand. You know, I started hanging out. Any Polynesians tonight? Oh shit! All right, so we can talk about them. Yoo-hoo! So I started hanging out a lot with the Polynesians. You know, I learned a lot about them. I learned the language. You know, I learned the Haka. You know, I started learning. I did a hongi, all the stuff that the Polynesians do back there. You know, I started beating up my wife, and that's not true. That's not true. I never learned the Haka. I love when I say those jokes. White people look at each other. Is he allowed to laugh about that? I'm brown enough to say those things. I'm brown enough to. I'm actually a Polynesian by trade. You know, I have gout and diabetes to prove it. No, but after calling immigration about what job I should pick, because obviously I didn't have any more drugs, and then the shipment that I was getting got lost at sea a few months ago. Some saw the news, someone know. So anyway, they told me, what do you want to be? You can either be a gardener or work in construction. And that's not a joke. Immigration actually told me that. And I picked construction. I actually do tunnels for a living in New Zealand. So at least you know that they're getting the right person for the job. You know, they're not messing around. Different tunnels these are. But I realized that in this part of the world, your Mexican food is shit. Like for real, like I haven't eaten, because I just arrived to Brisbane. It was a long swim, but I was saving for Sydney and grab one of those currents and that up here. But I decided to open up a taco place in Auckland. And one of my friends asked me, so what kind of Mexican food do you sell? And I told him, well, we sell, like tacos and enchiladas and shit. And he's like, can you describe them to me? And I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, we got the tacos, like you put the tortilla, you put the meat, and there's like salsa and cheese on top of it. And I was like, oh man, that's pretty good. What else do you sell? And I'm like, we got enchiladas. And I was like, oh, what's an enchilada, bro? Well, it's basically like a tortilla with meat and cheese and salsa on top of it. And he was like, fuck yeah, bro. That sounds pretty cool. What else do you sell? And I'm like, well, sometimes we sell huaraches. And he's like, ooh, huaraches, that sounds very exotic. What's a huarache? So basically it's like a tortilla with meat and cheese and salsa on top of it. And he's like, anything else, bro? And it's like, we sell tostadas. And he's like, wow, what's a tostada? And I'm like, well, it's like a tortilla with meat and cheese and salsa on top of it. Anything else? Sometimes we sell quesadillas. And he's like, oh, okay, well, what's a quesadilla, bro? You've been amazing. Thank you very much. Please give it up for your MC, Mr. Mike. Thank you.